Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. I'm Teddy, and you are listening to MessyMocha on this Friday, September 5th, right? It is Friday. I had to pause. I know it's like Duckery Friday, but I want to make it a little bit of MessyMocha. So come on in, grab your cup, and let's sip this MessyMocha up. It's going to last maybe until 10:30. If I get a knock on the door or ring on the doorbell, I may have to just wind it up. Shout out to the mob, all my other bears I call the Grizzlies. Please hit the like on your way in and join me. Let me know that the sound is okay. I'll give you just a moment. Good morning. Good morning. It's Plotter says morning. And I will see if I can wait until one of my moderators. How's this sound, Plotter? Because I did set it for 10 a.m., but I just wanted to go ahead and get started in anticipation that my phone might ring or the doorbell. Okay. So good morning. I see baby Juju. Good morning to Teddy, you say. Good morning back to you. Viva, good morning. Good morning. Sound is good. I see Angie. Sound is good. Great. So then let's go ahead and see if we can't start a few minutes earlier than I had hoped. All right. So I've said my good mornings. Welcome to your mocha. It would normally be a meltdown, but you know that I premiere. But let's see if we can do kind of a mix of a messy mocha, mocha meltdown, Duckery Friday. So today we're brewing up something a little darker. Does that make sense? Than espresso and a lot richer than mocha foam. You like that? Kind of catchy. The phrase cautionary tale came up in a title recently. We'll say cautionary, you know, that word mixed in with an email. And it hit me again this morning. Words can hide meanings. So let's give credit where credit is due. One of our sharp listeners last night, Jennifer, picked up on the double entendre, saying Holly Madison's memoir, Down the Rabbit Hole. Now, if you've ever read that book, and I must be, honest, I have not read that book through, so I had heard of it. But it isn't just glitz, glamour, and centerfold. So thanks to Jennifer for drawing it to our attention. It's about manipulation, hidden power, and how illusion can trap you until you claw your way out. It's a tale of appearances versus reality, and it has a strange echo in the digital rabbit hole we've been aware of, maybe tracking with, as we see these videos come out over the years, all right? With Danielle and her quote unquote allies, avengers, or whatever. So part one of Holly Madison's tale. So Holly Madison's Down the Rabbit Hole reads like Alice in Wonderland. If Wonderland were lit by chandeliers and fueled by secrets, she thought she was entering a world of luxury, love, and belonging. Instead, she found control, jealousy, and a carefully crafted illusion that hid the darker side of paradise. Her memoir is about waking up about realizing the mansion wasn't a dream, it was a cage. And the cautionary lesson: what glitters on the surface can cut you underneath. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Down the Rabbit Hole isn't just a memoir, it's also the chosen name of a content creator who happens to be besties with, you guessed it, Danielle. Coincidence? Maybe. But when you live in the world of layered meanings, word play, and hidden signals, a name like that carries weight. It's not just branding, it's a message. So we've been familiar with that content creator, for years, and when they came to this platform and all of that. But right now, kind of just looking at the name, all right? It's saying, come with me, let's fall deeper, let's dig where no one else is looking. Just like Holly, but this time not into Hollywood illusions, into the messy web of emails, fake identities, and online schemes. And here's another twist that makes it a true mocha meltdown or story this morning. I once received an email from Down the Rabbit Hole News, and at one point she was using Proton Mail. All right. For those of you who don't know, Proton Mail is the service of choice for people who want to be hidden, encrypted, untraceable. It's where secrets live. It's where shadows write letters. So you saw in an email, well, I didn't put it up, but I'm sure you've had a chance to go to Maggie's channel and look at her community post and see that she received an email from this person who is named, I'll say mystery name, what was it? Sandy Fontaine. But Holly Madison's Down the Rabbit Hole is about illusion and control. So, Proton mails popping up, sent to someone's inbox, carrying whispers and shadows straight out of the rabbit hole itself. That's not coincidence. It's more like choreography. That's someone choosing the rabbit hole as their stage. And we know from a history, did I say fair use commentary? Everything that I say in this video is for criticism, education, and entertainment purposes only. So Danielle, her past, she thrives on this kind of theater too. She loves layered names, hidden references, mask within mask. Whether it's aliases in federal court filings, strange legal documents surfacing out of nowhere, or friends with symbolic names like Down the Rabbit Hole. It's always the same: smoke and mirrors, but with real stakes. Emails don't just happen. Connections don't just appear. This is storytelling with teeth, a tale written in shadows, encrypted headers, digital breadcrumbs. I've mentioned that before. And the deeper you follow, the more you realize you're not looking at coincidence. No. you're looking at design. Pause for a moment. All right, so let's get into Holly Madison's. Just briefly, because I was not that familiar with the story, and maybe there are some who are not familiar with it. So let's just revisit, maybe for some of you, Holly Madison's Down the Rabbit Hole, a cautionary tale. So grab your mugs. Maybe you want to jot down something, a question, because this story, it's a real life story of Holly Madison, once the bright-eyed starlet who thought she had found paradise at the Playboy Mansion. What she actually found was a cautionary tale. And so I asked AI, just give me, a little bit of a synopsis of the story in parts so that I can talk about it for, 10, 15 minutes. So let's try. So Holly Madison was just a young woman from a small town, wide-eyed and chasing dreams in Los Angeles. Like many, she thought fame, beauty, and connection would lead to happiness. When she first stepped through the gates of the Playboy Mansion, she believed she had entered a fairy tale. Glittering parties, celebrities brushing elbows, and the promise of belonging in Hugh Hefner's inner circle. To her, it was the golden ticket. She thought, this is it. I've made it. But the rabbit hole always looks magical at the entrance. Let me get my coffee here. I'm going to check once again for the sound because last night in my recording, I had music behind. And for me, when I listened this morning, it was just maybe one or two notches. And I don't to the volume for me. So please tell me if the background music is okay for this level of volume in my voice. Okay. I see some of your comments out there. Yeah. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So let's continue. So once inside, things changed though for Holly. The mansion wasn't a dream, it was a machine. Holly learned quickly that life with Hefner wasn't glamorous freedom. It was rules. Rules about curfews, rules about appearances, rules about loyalty. The women were pitted against each other. Insecurities were magnified. Jealousies were weaponized. Behind the chandeliers and silk sheets, there was isolation, competition, and emotional control. The fairy tale was cracking, and Holly started to realize she wasn't living in a dream. She was living in a cage. Hefner kept control in subtle and not so subtle ways. He controlled money. He controlled image. He even controlled the women's sense of worth. Holly describes nights where she went through the motions just to survive. Moments where her choices weren't really hers. The mansion was full of beauty, but Holly at the core. And like Alice tumbling deeper into Wonderland, she found herself disoriented, asking, how did I get here? How do I get out? And the deeper Holly fell, the more she realized she had lost herself. Depression set in. She began questioning everything. She saw the games, the manipulations, the illusions, and she knew if she didn't leave, she would lose herself completely. Her memoir doesn't shy away from these details. It paints the mansion not as a place of joy, but as a carefully staged performance, one that came at the cost of the women inside. Had you ever watched any of Hugh Hefner's, story? Any of the TV series? Any of that? I did at some point. It was interesting. It was like reality TV on. It was. But the breaking point came when she decided, I deserve more. I deserve real love. I deserve to own my own story. And that's when she chose to leave the mansion, to rebuild and to write this memoir, not just as gossip, but as a warning, the cautionary tale. Holly's Down the Rabbit Hole is more than Hollywood scandal. It's a parable. It says, be careful what dreams you chase. be careful who holds the keys to your story, because glitter fades, illusions crack, and sometimes the very thing you thought would set you free is what chains you down. Holly escaped, though. She rebuilt her life. She became a mother, an author, and a woman in her own right. But she wrote her book so no one would mistake the Playboy Mansion for what it pretended to be. That's why she called it Down the Rabbit Hole, because like Alice, she learned that Wonderland wasn't so wonderful. It was a trap, and the only way was to wake up. So here's where the threads weave back into our present conversation. Should I pause? And once upon a time, there's a story that could be told. That could be coincidence, or it could be symbolic. It could be an intentional echo, perhaps, of Holly's warning. Maybe a digital wonderland built not on chandeliers and silk, but on anonymity, aliases, shadowy emails. Because Holly's story is a cautionary tale about glamour turned, cage. But maybe we're watching a different kind of rabbit hole. One built on digital intrigue, hidden identities, dangerous illusions. Is there a lesson? When you hear Down the Rabbit Hole, don't just smile at the phrase. Ask yourself, am I about to learn the truth, or am I about to be trapped in someone else's illusion? Interesting, huh? It's 10:14. I've been on for just about 23 minutes. Let me come out and look at your comments, and maybe I should ask a few questions. Let's see. Since people are asking questions at end of an email. I just asked one. When you hear Down the Rabbit Hole, do you think of illusion and danger, or discovery and truth? Do you think the name Down the Rabbit Hole News is a coincidence? Just a question. Why do so many figures who hide behind aliases, proton mail, we see this latest one? Could it be layered identities? Is it some type of secrecy or strategy? Is there a truth or trap? Or a trap? Is it about truth, or is it about a trap? Should I take a break with just a music break for a moment? And I can refresh my coffee while you think of some of the questions. Let's see. I like Samantha. I want to pull that up. Upbeat for Duckery Friday. Let's see. I can't do that. I'll be right back. So I'm refreshed, and it is approaching the bottom of the hour. So Baby Juju said, I only hear music right now at some point. That was about 18 minutes ago. Let me ask you this question. Did you hear when I said at the end that I was going to take a break and play Samantha? Oh, good. Then it must have been only momentarily. All right. So let me read some of your comments, and then we will wrap this up for our portion of Messy Mocha and Duckery Friday. I asked, is it Friday? It is. I did when I started. It's a short week. It is. All right. She was mad at magic. That comes from, let's see. Ooh. I just started right in the middle. Let me go back up. What do you think about that story? And the real life story of Holly Madison, Playboy. I think the old word, would it still be bunny? Actually, girlfriend of one of Hugh Hefner's girlfriends who lived with him in the Playboy mansion. Mm-hmm. And she was the main girl. Yeah. But I think he shared it at some point. There were like 3. Right? Yeah, Hugh Hefner. He passed away. He's been passed away for, a few years now. I'll just say. I'd have to look it up. Yeah. But anyway, good morning, Bush babies. Please remember to hit the like. And so we turn to a little bit of mess. The robot is pressed. Okay. Sharon says, and to that, Rare Group says, oh yeah, she's pressed, right? And desperate. But why? So she put out a video late last night. I haven't listened at all. Let's see. Sharon says, I just listened to about 10 minutes. She was mad. All right. I mentioned in my video last night that I hadn't listened to Maggie's full video. I think it was like almost 3 hours or 4 hours, something like that. I only caught the tail end. And learned that it's a prelude to her lawsuit that she's writing. All right. And she read it on air. All right. And let's see. They like layers. Then when unpeeled, they scream, accuse, conspiracy theory. Yeah, scammers, stalkers, and all of that. Good morning, Philo. Angie Green says good morning to all of you. Screaming and unhinged. Did you hear that Montana voice? Must have been bad. I haven't listened to it. Yeah, there's different levels to the screaming. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've heard. She was mad at Magic. She wants her to go ahead and sue. Does anyone really understand why she dropped her lawsuit within a 10 to 12 day span after she filed it against Magic? She hinted that it was for a specific reason that she did it, that she made it. Yeah. There was a lot going on around that time, so only she knows why she put it out there. Spent $405 and pulled it out. Let's see. Rare Groove asked a question or a statement. Sounds like Wabbit. Didn't she have a meltdown during her investigation? She eventually moved out of the sector onto something more. Should I answer that? Or how could I answer that? you'd have to be a little more specific, maybe. To maybe the appearance to you, maybe the appearance to some. There were different things. I don't know. I just know that during 2021 and 2022, part of it, I was in contact with her by way of Instagram and email. Yeah. From the author's perspective, a bit of both, but we are speaking metaphorically. Yeah, metaphors. Angie has an opinion based on magic. When I hear Down the Rabbit Hole, I think conspiracy theory. There's a lot of people out there that have title of Down the Rabbit Hole in videos, in books, in podcasts, in it's one of those sayings. That comes with it a certain meaning for a lot of people. Like once you go start down that rabbit hole, it's never ending. Yeah, that's one of the things I think about. The more you dig, the more you have to keep digging, because the more you might find, and the more you find, the more you want to dig. That's just one of the meanings to me. Good morning. Cups of Conversations says she dropped it because they told her she had to get on her Zoom. What did I miss? Oh, yes. She okay. Let me catch up. Yes, Danielle dropped the lawsuit because they gave her a September appearance. That's right. Thank you, Cubs, for bringing that back to our memory. Yes. It was then. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Deadlines. Yeah. That made it clear. Thank you. Juju says, because why is Fanta sending cautionary emails out trying to spook the lawyers from helping Maggie? That's exactly what. Manipulation? Influence? Ooh, why? As I mentioned last night, who would benefit most from manipulating or dropping something like that into the lawyer's lap, asking questions, fishing someone even thought, or mention, I should say. Cup says, I didn't get to finish Maggie's video, and I don't know if she mentioned the lawyers, but how did Fanta know which lawyers to contact? I wondered the same. It's like this Fontaine, or you call her Fanta the Great. Yes. How does she know? Has she been following? Yeah. Precisely the question. How? Which one? She would have to if Maggie didn't put all the contact information and just mention a lawyer, maybe there's been some back and forth. I don't know. Maybe it was part of. I mean, let me not speculate. I just like your question. Let's ask it again. How did Fanta know which lawyers to contact? Anyone have some ideas? Want to chime in? Good morning, Vicky says to Teddy and Mama. And good morning back to you. Let's see. Jennifer, welcome back. Says, good morning, loves. Listening in the bushes while I get ready for an afternoon of shopping with Mom. Hope everyone has a great day. Well, you started something, Jennifer, last night. Yes, a little bit. No, I talked about you in my opening. To your credit. All right. And enjoy your afternoon of shopping with your mom. Oh, that's sweet. And good morning. Let's see. Oh, all right. So Cups Rare Groove is responding. She put it out there. Various lawyers. They were watching, and you know the rest. Hence the emails. Happy Duckery Friday. Okay. So we have an answer to that. I didn't see it. Yes, I knew it was Maggie. So, Cups says, so Maggie mentioned the lawyers that Fanta sent the emails to. Good morning. It's to Luna Blade. Another one of our moderators says, Robot is super pressed. Is that up on the screen? No. She has no justification to file a legal case. Seems to me her only strategy is gaslighting her followers. She's more focused on the court of public opinion than actual law. Was Wabbit a vlogger at first? Or want to be for celebrities like All About the Tea? She started her YouTube channel in February of 2021. And that was before Monica's All About the Tea. We'll just say the Unmasking the Avatar saga began, and really, it started with Plus, all right? So that would have been, I think, in April. So before then. And if I recall, I call her Black Rabbit or Down the Rabbit, told her audience that she didn't really, watch, I think, All About the Tea or knew little about it or that drama meaning the celebrities that would have been talked about on All About the Tea. If anyone else remembers that, does that make sense? It went something like that. I could dig through the archives and try to find it. Oh, all right. An answer to your question, Rare. Wabbit was a troll account made by someone else and then given to her, in my opinion. There might be some evidence of that I've recently think I've come across in going through some either videos or DMs. There's something that made me pause and think that could be true. An account that was created by someone else and then given to her, and she ran with it. Allegedly. There might be something to that. And I'm only going on what I can now recall. Facts at Cubs. Email me at unwinewithteddy@gmail.com. So yes, she was down the rabbit hole. News. Call her Black Rabbit because of her avatar. When she started off, it was only this black rabbit in her avatar she used. Well, actually, she used many avatars as a troll account. But yes, she was a troll. She was here in 2020 when I first noticed her now retroactively going back through some of the Nosy Hole Live videos. She was trolling Nosy Hole Live. She was trolling another content creator who doesn't want her name mentioned. It has something to do with the cult. All right. So, I mean, I'm not afraid to mention her name, but I'm talking about in relationship to any legal matters. I think that's what she meant. Yes. Yeah. And she started off by talking about, shortly thereafter, it was Nosy Hole Live was on her radar. Immediately, almost immediately. All right. These are facts. She later admitted she was a troll. Yeah. What is this? 10 hours? Wow. Whoa, let me go back. Yes. Hence why you specify. Okay. 10 hours, my. What was that? Okay. Should I search up a little bit before? I hate to miss something. I'm just reading through it. So yeah, I do think there's something to it. Cups continues by saying the fact that she boastfully attacked people with no care for the law, then she turned into a victim soon as it's time to really show her stands, how smart she is in real life. She's only #online. Jennifer comes back with foo-foo, said she didn't watch All About the Tea, but then ended up on JY's, and for some of you, John Yates' channel, defending Monica. Amazing how she did find herself up on the very, she caught the eye. Let's just say she caught the eye of All About the Tea. So how it all transpired, I'm not certain, but the results, yes. She was always in the right place at the right time to get, for investigations. I mean, it's a fact. I have said this, and I there's no reason for me to take it back. I have said that Black Rabbit was pretty smart in the way she was moving around. I've said that. Mm-hmm. I've said a few things. Yeah. I said I didn't know she was a troll. I didn't. And until I knew. Um, Grace wins 4,000. This is ridiculous. Am I witnessing the same tactics from 2021? We might be. Emails, letters to lawyers, or letters, cease and desist. Maybe that could be a reminder, something to have to, having to do with legal, warnings. Yes. Emails, suspicious for wanting to, let's see, manipulate the narrative and or either guide it so it becomes a certain outcome. Yeah. You might be witnessing some of that. Oh, all right. So then now back to Luna's Blade. I don't understand how she thinks contacting Maggie's possible counsel would help her prove she's not a serial eraser. Yeah. Looking for information. Seeing if Maggie's lawyer that she mentioned, if it's true or not. Yeah, something like that. Or getting a reaction. Or seeing what she can find out. She being this person behind the alias, I think, of Sandy Fontaine. I think that's just another alias. A black rabbit. Yes, it was a black rabbit avatar. It's still there. Let's see. Good question. Jennifer wants to know from Cups, is your video of exposing Fufu's troll accounts and how you caught her still up? That was I'll just say who Linda also made a video, but it seems I do remember, Cups, you created a video, and wasn't let's see, like a panel. Let me just take you down. It was a panel. There was an avatar that we later learned was down the rabbit hole. Cups, you were on the panel, and was plain as Jane on that panel as well in that particular video. I thought there was like four avatars at once that were on the video. And one of the ways that you expose her as troll account was by seeing the comments in the chat, and then later on it appearing to be the same individual. In other words, we've now discovered how someone can be exposed in that way. Yeah. Changing avatars. Yes. Let's see. No, Jen, because Shaky and CV Rabbit struck your video, so I put, let me just read it the way you're saying it. My Cups response, no, Jen, because Shaky and CV Rabbit struck my videos, so I put them all on private because they're trying to take my channel. But it's coming. All right. Oh, yes. That's right. Yeah, right now. I've forgotten about just like, recently you said you were struck by both. So yeah, that would be a target. No. Baby Juju, during the investigation, the takedown of Nosy Whole Life. So I missed that. Oh, so that what you're asking, the time period, the meltdown during her investigation. So at some point, would that be before Nosy Whole Lives channel was taken? So we can always, that's an important date. Before or after that one. Still during this, which takedown? Because the principal takedown of Nosy Whole Live came August the 27th of the year of 2021. And then there was, another one right after that, next day. And then when Nosy Whole Live went to Twitch, that was snatched as a part 2, I think. Followed Nosy Whole Live off of YouTube. And they were given an assignment to flood that particular social media site to have Nosy Whole Live's Twitch channel removed. I can affirm yes. Oh really, Rare Group, not a meltdown, probably was scripted. Remember Rabbit spoke about how families are affected? So she's talked about families in a number of ways. Yeah. So tell us more. Oh, here's another important maybe time stamp and all of that. Was it before or after her initial interview with Marcella up on the panel? And another one for me, was it before Mika was apologized to by Black Rabbit for doxing Mika? So for me, there's some key intervals, and don't forget we could throw the hear her in there too in all of those months. But for me, to Rare Groove, the meltdown you're referring to, allegedly, was it during which period? Oh, yes, archived I do have, but you remember. Was part of your recall, did she come to the microphone and tell her subscribers anything that would make you think this is a meltdown? Just asking. All right, you know what I found interesting, says Cups of Conversations. What? No! Iron Troll's website has disappeared. I haven't checked it. Really? Do they still have their YouTube channel? I haven't checked. I wouldn't know. The interview with OC lied. on the media channel gone. You're asking why? I don't know. Let's see. I believe she was stressed at one point, hence why I said meltdown. Okay, now I understand. Oh, yes. Well, you know what? This whole, when she gave birth, she even mentioned that I was calling her during that time. I was not. Or DMing her. I didn't know. I didn't even know she was pregnant. No. She never shared with me on a DM. No. No. First time that I learned is she made a post to her, on her YouTube. I think something like she had to say something, and there was a post. I can't even tell you. But yeah, I did not know. No. Bring out the receipts. Where I was calling, emailing you every day during your pregnancy. No. Pregnancy, a woman, trimesters, women go through, changes. Yeah. Preparing for a delivery of a baby. That is, it's a miracle. And it is all-consuming, for some women. I'm talking about biologically, their body. Changes going on. Yeah. It's beautiful. Linda did an amazing video. Yes, I have that clip. A lot of people have that clip. That was eye-opening. Jennifer says after LM, that's Linda Milken, that was her name. The tick with her made that video. She disappeared. I didn't like that avatar. Big old bug. Poor Linda. You can put up whatever. She said she logged on and went about her trolling business. Linda attacked me, says Jennifer, and so Deb. So she gets no grace from me. Okay. Good morning, Mimi Twin. Ooh. All right. So we're at our hour, but that's all right. Good morning. Good morning. Hashtag targeted attack. Baby Juju says to Jennifer she changed her avatar after we made fun of her. And you're talking about Linda Milkins, perhaps? I never watched her during that time. There's a lot of people. I heard about names, but yeah, didn't know which side they were really leaning on. Although I was in touch with Black Rabbit. There is just a lot of things I was not watching during the takedown of Nosy Whole Life in real time. I was not. And sometimes I did watch. Yeah. I wish I had watched, the original. I would have remembered more. Cups of Conversation, Nosy Whole Life, August 2021. Tales, September 2021. Me, October 2021. Hear Her, October 2021. Yes, it was rapid fire succession. Yeah. Everyone recalls that. Hear Her was the storm that this sector needed. I appreciate her for using her voice and standing up instead of doing what so many others did. Hear Her definitely had a lane of her own, uniquely Hear Her. I don't think anyone can dispute it. I never saw Hear Her as a follower. Only YouTube, hashtag making music. How you put yourself in drama and then cry baby when it's time to be held accountable. Fair use commentary. Cups says the whole 9 months attacking black women, doxing people, telling people they should be afraid of an avatar, then boom, please stop. I had a baby. Rare Groove. I suspect that Wabbit is involved in that scripted email. That's only speculation to the prospective lawyers. She chimes in every now and then since she left the sector. Yeah. On her backup. I remember she chimed in. On Hear Her. She even chimed in about me thinking or saying some things. I'm not talking about those emails where I'm not emails, but videos. There were other on her backup channel that I eventually watched. Okay. Metaphors. Remember that Wabbit was also anonymous as one, at one. Yes. And she had a lot to say about speculating on who doxed her. I didn't have anything to do with it at all. Although she asked me about something on a DM between us. Yeah, I told her I didn't have nothing. Who mentors a troll? To sneeze. My spirit never sat right with her. At one point, again, we were having conversations by way of DM. Yes. Really, until I asked her about Tammy. I think that's when it took a turn for her and I. When I asked her or told her that I think Danny was behind that Tammy. You see, I still didn't know how close they were because I was telling her about how I thought about Danny. How about that? Because I had talked to her before Danielle had come to this platform. A big troll. Yeah. And then the beginning of the end came when I told her about Tales, the grandmother thing. Her grandmother being called. Yes. First person I spoke to about it was Down the Rabbit Hole. I told her that I don't get down like that. I don't support it. It's wrong. I don't like it at all. Not that she was the one to call the grandmother, but in support of trees who called the grandmother. Yeah. I didn't know that either. It was just a conversation at that point. Yeah, because that would have been October of 2021. Yeah, trees at that time, she was just leaning in on tails. Yeah. Before, again, there's a timeline. Before Nosy Hole Live channel went dark, trees had a different opinion about Monique Tober and all. But then after a certain time, she switched the lanes and was grafted in. I guess you could say, but not in the inner sanctum. Innermost. Okay. No, I never saw any evidence of that. But she was there for sure, yeah. How time flies. Are we at the end of this? We are. It's 11:02. D for Down the Rabbit Hole MessyMocha, a cautionary tale. It's Friday, and we still have some of the morning left. So with that, I am going to say biggest bear hugs go out to each and every one of the grizzlies and the honey bears. I hope you enjoy your Friday. Join me again sometime when I come back. Tonight, I plan to keep your bear phones on and be safe out there. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm Teddy. Have a great